Hello of you all out there. Welcome to this channel. My name is Jimmy Tier, and in this video we will talk about how to jumpstart and actually get going with your budget. As you may know, a budget is something that you usually do if you want to get a grasp of your income and outcome. And if we're gonna do something about it, well, then we have to start from the scratch, like the scratch on the surface, to see what's going on here. What I usually do when I get a paycheck, because I usually get that from my work, where I'm working at the moment, what I do with that paycheck is that I look at it, and some of that money that I get is savings money. I don't see 10,000 grand and think for myself, wow, now I can spend 10,000 on whatever I want as soon as my bills are paid. No, it doesn't work that way. So in order for you to understand your own budget that you will make right now in this video, which I think is great, or maybe you will do that after, I don't know, is that you will have to understand your spending habits, because everything that you need to pay for, like the house bills and so, that's need to be paid. I'm not gonna question you about that. The thing is just that it's your spending habits. When you go and buy ice cream, when you go and buy a brand new car or some new whiskey because it was cool. So I get it that you have to spend money on food, on the rent, on the whatever it may be, that you don't just need but must have in order to get through your month. That's totally acceptable, and I beg you to do that every month. Every month you get your paycheck, pay those things first. They are the most important ones. The biggest problem I would say here is the unnecessary stuff that you buy. You have the highest subscription account on Netflix, or maybe you just bought the new 4K TV because your neighbor said it was so cool. Or all the magazines, and the list goes on. I can sit there for a day talking about things people buy that they actually don't need. Another example could even be that you're eating out 8 to 10 times, not a week, but maybe a month. And yes, that's good food that you get, don't get me wrong, I love the food that I can buy in restaurants, but you have to pay a price for it as well. If you should enjoy this video in any shape or form, don't forget to smash the like button down below, and also comment what you actually like, and maybe even comment something that you're gonna do with your budget. Anyway, let's say you want to make a budget. Big or small, it doesn't matter, it's totally up to you how you're gonna make it, but the question may be, how do I make one? And I'm here to help you with that. The first thing I usually do is, on the top side of my budget, I write down how much do I get for every month into my bank account. And therefore I work my way forward. On the right side, you type down everything that's the important ones, like insurances for you or your kids, or even the dog in the house, the food, the rent, the car, everything that you need that's necessary. On the left side of that paper, you write down everything that isn't the must. Like, you know what I was talking about, the pizzas, the kebabs, the Netflix, all those things that you can live without. And just with that information alone, you can start to make a budget, because you don't need a magic wand from Harry Potter to start it. You can literally start with that little fact. Take me for an example. My first budget, it looked crappy, it was awful. I couldn't almost even read what I was typing. Yeah, I could, but you get my point. The thing is, I saw everything in front of me. I saw the numbers, I saw the income, and I saw the outcome. And that's the important thing here when you want to make a budget. What I also did when I made my budget, and some people are gonna disagree with me and some people are gonna agree with me. And the thing was that on the left side, where I had all the things that were the I don't really need those things, I actually looked at that list, thought about two things that I actually can't live without. And it sounds kind of weird in a way to talk about that, but like the things that I actually need to stay alive. So let's say, for an example, you have a passion about Netflix and you literally love watching movies. Then there's no reason for you to cancel your Netflix account. There's absolutely no reason at all, because the thing is with this one, and how to say it, you make a budget not just to make it, you make it so you can follow it and complete it, right? And if that's gonna be a struggle and a hassle because it's so boring, well, then you're not gonna complete the budget. You're not gonna make it through. After 2 weeks, you're gonna regret everything that you ever did it or that you even had a thought about it. And in that case, you're gonna throw it in the trash bin and you're gonna say to yourself, I'm never gonna do this again. And that's not what we are here for, are we? I think you get my picture. Don't make it too complicated. Just do the budget for yourself so you can follow it and go through all the way. And just to make sure with everyone, I'm not a financial advisor or ever will be. So if you actually want some real advice, don't listen to a 25-year-old guy that have been interested in economy for, I don't know, 5 to 7 years. It's just ridiculous. Talk to a real person then. Well, I am a real person, but not a real advisor. So one tip I can give you that made me do a leap of faith, and this is actually a really important tip, it's extremely important and the strength of it is amazing, is that I saved the money that was meant to be saved first. And why did I do that, you may ask? Well, the thing is here, if I have $300 left at the end of the month, it's so easy for me to look at my bank account, go out to the town and buy some stuff for $200. Then I end up with $100 left when I was actually supposed to save those $200. If I have saved those from the start, when I checked my bank account the last time in the month, I would just see $100 and then realized I cannot spend anything because I don't have any money left. And then you're not in the risk of buying things that you actually don't need. That's a good part. Like, that's good. Another tip I would give you, which I would consider one of the most, if not the most important one in this aspect, is to set yourself a goal. And yes, what a shocking news, you have to have goals in your life, right? Well, the thing is, if you don't have a goal and try to save up for something, it can be really hard sometimes. Not in the terms of if you just follow your budget, that you actually need to follow it then. If you think about your life anyway, sometimes you will have ups and downs. Sometime in your life you're gonna go through a really hard time. It could be a divorce or something else happens. And sometimes you can get through things that's much easier and it's not gonna be a hassle whatsoever. When you're going through the hard stuffs in your life and try to follow a budget, it can be good to know what the end goal are. So you know what you are fighting for and therefore you don't give up like most of the people do. That's a good thing that you should know. And for most people that watch videos online or scroll through Yahoo or Google to actually get some knowledge about this, they usually had something in their mind that got like an interest sparkling. They got a flame in their heart, you know, something that made them want to go further. It could be a wedding ring, a holiday, children, stock market, real estate investing, you know, all these kinds of things. And that's also including you, because otherwise you wouldn't be here watching this video. And if you are here to make a budget to actually save up on something, it would be fun to hear you down in the comments below what you're actually saving for. So the third thing we actually can talk about is how to make it easier for you to actually follow your budget. So what I did is that I had I still have it. I had two separated Visa cards, like two separate bank accounts. And what I do with those is that one bank account is for the necessary stuffs and one bank account is for the fun stuffs. Let's say for an example that you earn, I don't know, $30,000 a month. You have a cost of living with your car, with your wife or a husband or whatever for $1,500 a month. That needs to be paid. Also, you can save $1,000 a month and therefore you will have $500 left to do whatever you want with. Is it the cinema or whatever, you get it. Then what I do is with card number one that I have, everything goes in there because my salary goes right in there. And what I do is I take my cost with $1,500 and pay what I need to pay. What I also do at the same time is that I take my $1,000 and put them in a separate bank account or like a savings account with no access to a physical card. Now the fun part begins, because card number two that I have, I will take $500 from this bank account and put it in card number two. And why I do that is for me to not be confused when I'm gonna pay for things like fun stuffs or necessary stuffs. So the final and the last thing I'm gonna talk about in this video, and the last tip that I will give you, is to be realistic. It might feel good if you have a budget where you're so strict and you feel so good because every penny is counted. And that can also be a problem if every penny is counted. Because what would happen if you drop that penny? Then your budget is gonna fail. And if it's gonna fail, you're gonna feel awful about failing it. And trust me, it's the worst feeling ever if you have made a budget, your calculations are perfect in any shape and form, in all the corners up and down, but you still didn't make it. That feels awful, and trust me, I have been there. It's not cool at all. In the other hand, if you make a budget that's realistic and you will actually make it through month 1, month 2, month 3, and you can see the wheel is rolling, right? It's gonna feel amazing. It's gonna be like you have a party in your mind and a festival in your whole body. And I rather have that feeling when I have the party in my mind and the festival in my entire body, because if I'm gonna make the budget so strict, I'm gonna quit sooner rather than later. And it would be awesome if I could make it and you also, and we can like party together, right? So that's all the tips I have to give for you guys today. Maybe it will come some more in the future, who knows? And also, if you like the video or like the content that I'm doing, don't forget to hit the like button down below, even the subscribe button. It's just down below the like button. Also in the comments, if you feel like saying anything to me, the video quality is bad, I'm bad, whatever, also say that in the comments. If you actually enjoyed the video and got some great value from it, what you can do is to check on my channel, because I'm gonna upload more videos in the future to come. And I hope I will be there to see you there.